Hi. So just a little bit about mutable data types versus immutable data types. Essentially, to mutate or mutability or mutable essentially means something that can change. They will use this terminology in computer programming world to confuse the hell out of you, but essentially it's just telling you that something can change. And immutable just means something that cannot change, okay? So for example, I don't know, some things might be immutable. Like I might consider maybe my glasses immutable. They're really hard to change, and I mean it's really hard to change something about it, and that's just what it is, right? And maybe my keys might be a little bit more mutable. Like I can add things to my keychain, and I can take things away from my keychain, right? So that might be an example of something that's immutable versus something that might be potentially mutable. You know, your wallet, you can change things, you can add things to it, you can take things out, but maybe from a cup, it's a little bit harder. I might almost consider it an immutable thing. Maybe you could put something in it. But these examples are just to give you some kind of intuition as to how these things work. But in the real world, you know, you're doing data analysis on a lot of sensitive information. You want to store that as a tuple where it's harder to change it. Or if pairs of things go together, like for example, your name and your email address, that's something that goes together as a pair, then maybe you could put that, you can create a list that contains tuples inside of it. So the first element of that list could be a tuple containing my name and my email address, and then the second element in that list could be your name and your email address, and so on and so forth. And the reason why they're a tuple is because you can't take things out from it really easily, or you can't add things to it really easily. So generally stick with a list until you can figure out when to use both of them, and then start using tuples. But for now, play around with tuple a little bit, figure it out, get a sense of it. Okay? In the next video, we're gonna talk about another data type. You tell me this time, okay? You, that whether is it a mutable data type or an immutable data type, okay, by leaving that in the comments. All right, guys, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video.